Shalom.
Shalom, first and foremost, to give all praises and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, B'Shem Hakadash. That bounce to the apostles of GMS or Rurel. Shalom to the faithful men to continue doing the work of the Lord. Now, I just want to make a brand back video real quick. Oh shit, Quam. Shit, I didn't even know that. GMS Cleveland. Kind, shalom to that brother. Yeah, man, yeah, shalom to that brother, man. That's beautiful, man. I didn't even know this is your Quam, bro. I thought this was somebody else, but um. Yeah, shalom to the brother, throughout it for hospitality. I stayed at his house, I think a few times, we're willing. Hopefully can get up there in Cleveland real soon again. But I just want to make this land back video, right? This brother, he made a video. He's going to, what it say, barefoot and pregnant, right? Which I'm going to look up that term in a minute. But it says the female body is capable of giving birth to a maximum of 30 children in one lifetime. It says, while 30 children is significant uh, number, the actual maximum is much higher, with the Guinness World Record held by Valentina Vasilida, Russia, 18th century, who had 69 children and 27 confinements, twins, triplets, quadruplets. Let me see. Birds. 1530 being a potential range in some studies, right? So yeah, man. And we see what Esau have done. He has made it to the point where now it's not cool to have children. People don't want to have children no more, especially a lot of these women, men too. That's why you got that godforsaken thing called a condom. You know what I'm saying? That shit wicked, man. We shouldn't even have to worry about condoms because you worried about giving her or getting the disease, or you worrying about giving her a child. You know what I'm saying? But in the kingdom, we ain't gonna have to worry about that. Everybody gonna be clean. At least if Israel is. You know what I'm saying? We won't have to worry about diseases, and you don't gotta worry about her sneaking around, sleeping with another man, and going in after somebody else. You won't have to worry about that. And we gonna have hella children. We gonna go back to our natural state. One of the first commandments the Lord has gave to mankind is what? It's multiple. Don't touch the tree of good knowledge of good and evil, things like that. But one of the first commandments is what? To be fruitful and to multiply. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what we're going to do. But Esau in his kingdom, he don't want people to multiply. Even in China, Moabs, they don't want them children because there's too many people. It's overpopulated and shit. But here, Esau, he would rather promote homosexuality. He would rather promote, just whoredom type of lifestyle where they just be whores and just keep having sex and keep having sex, and it's just nothing but pleasure. There's no connection to it. It's just I just want to have sex. You know what I mean. Real quick before I go into what I was gonna go into, it should be in Hosea. All right. Let me see. This is it. Hosea 4:14. It says, well, let me start at 11. It says, whoredom and wine and new wine take away the heart. And that's what you see right now. This is the American lifestyle. That's the American dream. You can just do whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. You can be a whore. You know what I'm saying? And wine, drink beer, and get drunk, and smoke weed and do crack, whatever the fuck you want. Just do drugs, and And so that's why these people's mind is so fucked up. Cause look at the lifestyle that they're living. You know, what's that? When you win the lottery, it's like a quote. What they say, what's the first thing you're gonna do with your money? He said, I'm gonna get women and cocaine or something like. It's a saying like that. Strippers and cocaine, something like that. You know what I'm saying? I think that was made famous by that dude that won the lottery, and they interviewed him on TV or some shit. And he's like, yeah. He said, well, what you gonna get with your money? He said, oh, strippers and cocaine. You know what I'm saying? That's this place is wicked, man. Real quick, I'm gonna go back to that, but I wanna Sirach 41 and 16 it says, therefore be shamefaced according to my word. Right, and that's what these people in this world lack. People in this world is shameless. You got a show called Shameless. I remember my sisters used to watch that shit, man. And I remember I was watching this shit. I'm going in the room in the living room, whatever they watching this shit. I'm just looking at this shit. I'm like, oh, I couldn't bear it, bro. That whole show just irked my spirit. Every single fucking character, man. Old ass. I think he's the dad or the grandpa, whatever the fuck. He's like the worst fucking one. This is the mind of a. Oh God, I hate this fucking child. This world, man. This is a mind of a fucking child, man. Undisciplined. You too fucking old for that shit, man. I think one of the dudes is a fucking Mo, and man, it's just shameless, it's disgusting, man. We need manners and respect and shamefacedness, man. That's gonna come back. And you women, was that Isaiah 4:1? They gonna take hold of one man so they can take away their reproach. Why? Because these women got a lot of shame that they have done. The Lord. Now I believe too, the Lord's gonna bless us like a lot of these different heathen, or even just Jake from different countries that's coming here. You know what I'm saying? That's like the only, I would say, virgins that I ever met. That's like in her early 20s. Like if you are American born, good luck finding a woman that's a virgin. That's like 21. I bet you she doesn't have 21 by the time she turned 21. You know what I'm saying? But I believe a lot of these different foreigners, whether it's Jake from South America or from Jamaica, whatever, or from a heathen from Africa or a heathen from Asia, whatever. I believe the Lord set them over here for multiple different reasons, but I believe one reason is that He gonna have a lot of these women that are from different countries. A lot of them, some of them are gonna be virgins. They gonna take hold of us, man. But you also gotta watch them too. A lot of these different heathen from different countries, they come to America, and they oh my God, America, they hoes, man. Especially these little hijab wearing bitches, man. These little Muslim bitches, you thinking they at home, and nah, bro, them bitches are nasty too. They be doing a hell of a lot of shit they ain't supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Because why? Because they in the land of Babylon the Great, America, where you can just do as that will. But the Lord gonna put an end to that shit. All right. Anyways, going back, it says, for it is not good to retain all shamefacedness, neither is it altogether approved in everything. Right? So you can't be over shamefaced. Because shamefaced, matter of fact, let me look at that word, man. Let's look at the word shamefaced. And yeah, Salaki, I have uploaded I made a video, it's uploading, it's taking hella long. I don't know what the fuck. So, Lord willing, hopefully that gets up there. Shamefaced means modest, bashful, humble, uh, virtuous, ashamed of one's behavior. Bashful, literally restrained by shame. Right, and these people don't have no shame. They just go around, niggas going around sagging their pants, women going around dressing like whores. They have no shame. And matter of fact, continue on this is where it's gonna come into. It says, goodness, bro. Um, so like it says, Sirach 41 and 17. B is the main point. Be ashamed of whoredom before father and mother, and a lie before a prince and a mighty man, right? So I got that because look at these men and women, bro. But mainly women, because a woman is a whore. I mean, a man can't really be a whore technically. Whore is a woman, but still, niggas be going off too. But what was I about to say? Yeah, these people they're unashamed. They dress like whores in front of the page. They wear a shirt that just reveals their breast and you know what I'm saying, crazy fucking titty about to pop out and shit. You know what I'm saying? Wearing booty shorts and you can see they fucking pussy print. You think a parent in their right fucking mind actually want to see their own child looking like that, walking around like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just a shame, bro. You know. I remember years ago I was in the store in the gas station just buying something, and this dude and his daughter, he was like, "Hey, no girl, but no guy, but look at my daughter, you know what I mean?" But he was, I understand it, like, and just for that, I took claim of his daughter. A little big, she was a little. You could tell she was young, but she was like big and fully developed. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I mean. But that's why you need a father in the house, cause it's like he ain't gonna be playing that shit. He ain't gonna have his daughter walking around looking naked. But in this world, that's normal. You know what I'm saying? Let me go back to this. Hosea 4 and 14. I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom, nor your spouses when they commit adultery. That's what you see. You see, that's all. That's all that runs rampant today in society. Your own fucking woman's probably cheating on you, bro. You don't trust none of these bitches, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck how happy she make you make or whatever, bro. The only people you trust in this truth is the brotherhood. And like I say, a fucking dog. That's the only thing I trust is the brothers. And if I had a dog, my dog. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But it says, you're right. They commit whoredom. Every single woman, every single man she commit whoredom with, she ain't making children with. Because it's either wearing a condom or even if they're not wearing a condom, they get abortion, plan B. It's all wickedness, man. It says, nor your, like I read that, for themselves are separated with whores, and they sacrifice with harlots. Therefore, the people that do not understand shall fall. All right. But anyways, enough of cussing out, man. I'm talking about the kingdom now. You know what I'm saying? Well, actually, I got more cussing out to do. All right, because I'm gonna go into that saying of bare bare barefooted and naked. I mean, I'm tripping. I got a dirty ass mind, a little freak ass nigga. So like, but nah, barefooted and pregnant. Oops. All right. It says, um, see, that's what I hate about this damn. Give me a second, cause when I looked it up, I like the way it sounded. But this one, alright, fuck it. I'll take that then. Well, hold on. Yeah, this is what I wanted, man. With the fucking phrase. I don't know why you Google do that. Sometimes it gives you like a different, I don't know. But it says barefoot and pregnant is an outdated, derogatory, and sexist phrase impelling a woman's, the fuck is that? Place is strictly in the home. See, you see how wicked this place is? And I've been seeing that shit on Instagram where it'd be like, think about what kind of propaganda it took And really, it's not just propaganda, it's fucking witchcraft. That's what it is. To get from to making people think that this is oppressive. Then they would show pictures of a family with the father and the mother in the house and raising children. You know what I'm saying? This is what Esau have done, bro, with his witchcraft and his whoredom. You know, his rebellion against the Lord, bro. He made everybody else to rebel and make it seem like it's as normal. You know what I mean? This shit ain't normal, bro. We are older, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I'm 27 years old. I supposed to been have children, but at the same time, I don't want children right now until we get to the kingdom, because that's what Yahweh Shai said. You know. But but it's just ridiculous, man. It shouldn't be like this. You know, it shouldn't be a woman that's 30, 40 years old and still have no children. You know, she's single and shit, man. It shouldn't be like that. You know, but Esau, he know what he was doing because he want the population to decrease. One, you know what I'm saying? And also he just want rebellion, you know what I'm saying? But it says like, that shit ain't sexist, man. And you starting to see that too. A lot of these women, they starting to see like, man, damn, why the fuck did we open our mouth and try to get what's that shit called? Rights and shit. So now we gotta go to work. We gotta get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to get ready to go to work. Man, they don't wanna fucking do that shit, man. They just wanna be fucking busybodies, man. And be in competition with the man. You know what I'm saying? That bitch really just want a nigga just to take care of her so she can stay her black ass at home and just take care of kids. You know what I'm saying? But the tables are turning, bro. Tables are turning. That life is coming back. Alright, the Lord's doing away with this bullshit so-called New World Order. Cause this shit ain't working. Alright, and it never will work. Alright, now it says focus solely on housework and bearing children, or originated in the early 20th century to describe a traditional dependent role for women, often suggesting they should not work outside the home. The origin of the phrase gained popularity in the early 20th century is often associated with the idea of keeping women confined to the domestic sphere to prevent them from becoming independent or seeking outside in employment. All right. And in reality, these bitches are not independent. All right. So let's just stop that. But look at this, man. That shit is beautiful, though. Look at that. Just seeing a pregnant woman is low key beautiful. You know what I'm saying? With the barefoot, whatever, you know. But anyways, let me keep going on and go to Wikipedia. All right. And it says, is a figure of speech most commonly associated with the idea that women should not work outside the home and should have many children during their reproductive years. And that's exactly what it should be, because we know that women and men, our bodies grow differently. Women develop a lot quicker. You know what I'm saying? And people think just because of that they mature quicker, that means that they're smarter than us, and really they're not. It's as if, I think their brain develops more, but still their brain is always as like a mind of a child. So the Lord has not imparted her wisdom, so let's not forget that. But she does develop quicker. You know what I'm saying? Her body starts, start producing and then all that good shit. Now she can have children. Now, I believe at the age of like 27, 28 for a woman, that's when she started getting old. You know what I mean? And it started getting harder, and children in 30s and shit like that. So imagine a woman now, her mindset, well, I'm young, I'm beautiful, so I'm going to go around, be a hoe. In my early years, I don't want to have a child because that's going to slow me down. I'm going to go about my career. I want to go have fun. So now she do all that. Now she's old. She's in her late 30s or early 40s or even late 20s. You know what I'm saying? And now she's tired of all that. Now she wants to settle down. Now she tired of all the the toxic men that she's been dealing with, even though she chose every single one of them, she knows what the fuck she's doing too. She wanted a toxic relationship. So now all the fun and games is over with. Now you old as hell. And now you want to settle down, now you want children. But now you in competition. Now you got competition because you got a younger woman. Now men want a younger woman. So now it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's just you just through. Now you too old. Or you gotta settle for a nigga that you really don't really want. It's just wicked. It just don't make no sense. You know? It says the phrase barefoot and naked seems I keep saying naked. Pregnant seems to have been induced in the early 20th century by the American doctor Arthur E. Hartzler, who said some vulgar person have said that when the wife is kept barefoot and pregnant, there are no divorces. By the mid 20th century, the phrase has passed into common parlance. Yeah, and that's true because um an African told me I forgot the full story, but it was like a woman like a dude had a wife in Africa, and then she tried to I can't remember exactly, but she tried to do something. She tried to like leave or some shit like that, and then but if she left, she would have lost everything or some shit like that. She would have left and had no security, no money, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? So she had no choice but to stay with her husband. But then the husband got another woman too, and it kind of put her to the side. Like they still was married, but like kind of did what she did with King David. Like with King David to his woman, like I ain't going somewhere. I ain't about to deal with you like that. You know what I mean? And it cause like she had no power. But now these women, they got so many options. They got so called false illusion of power. But really, she's just on a leash, and Esau he's just letting that leash a little bit. He just he's just enlarging the leash so she can play around a little bit. But yeah, she can break up with her man and have already a man set up, and then or she can use the government assistance. So she's really not truly independent. You know what I'm saying? It's just a false illusion of independence. Either way, no matter how you look at it, she needs a man. You know what I'm saying? It says let me see. The variation barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen has been associated with the phrase Kinder, Karch, whatever, that's German or some shit. Translated children, kitchen, church. Used under the German Empire to describe a woman's role in society. In comparable phrase, good wife, wise mother. Emerged in the Meiji period Japan, 1868, 1912. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what the Lord says. That's in the scriptures too. Let's get that. Psalms 113, I believe it's 113 and 9. He maketh the bearing woman to keep house, and to be a joyful mother of children. Praise ye Yahweh. That's what the Lord has done, man. He has made the woman to keep house. Your ass is supposed to be in the house. And it makes sense. It's a perfect system. It's not oppressive. It's not. It's beneficial to you as well. Because one, as a woman, that's just the way God has made you. You was made to be a caregiver. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be caring and you're supposed to be a support. You know what I'm saying? If you driving a car to somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Y'all traveling to somewhere, your woman should be. I mean, me personally, I think. Everybody's different. You deal with your woman how you deal with your woman. But sometimes I like to have my woman have the GPS or hey yo no turn that way or you know what I'm saying. So I won't have to fucking keep moving around and looking at my phone. That shit dangerous. Like you should be a co-pilot. That's what you should be. That's what you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be a co-pilot. You're supposed to be a support. You know what I'm saying? You go home. You go to work, and then you go out train again, and you go do the work, and then You should come home and she should already have food cooked and a drink, whatever the fuck you like. If you like a homemade cooked meal, or if you like watermelon juice or something like that. Hey, hey, can you, you mind, when I come back home, get the juice ready, get the food. You know what I mean? You already got. Now you did all that work. Now you can come home. All you gotta do is take a shower, food there, cool. Then when you done, maybe smack her up real quick in a good way. If you know what I mean. And then, all right, you cool. That's how it should be. Now, you know what I mean. Now you don't have to spend time and money for going to go get some food when the food's already made. You know, because people like to say, "Well, that's oppressive. That's y'all treat women like possessions and objects." What they are. You know what I'm saying? A woman. If you look at the word woman, it means a female servant. And I remember I was just thinking about this one day. I was having my lady do something for me. I'm like, man, damn, this is like it's like a servant, but it's like a servant that you love. You know what I'm saying? That you give a little bit more attention to than the rest of your servants. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it sounds cruel, but it's true. And that's a thing with women anyway. A woman wants to serve you. That's why if you have a woman, man, put her ass to work. Make her do something for you. You know what I'm saying? Not the other way around whereas the Disney princess, you gotta do everything for her. Sometimes you gotta be a little mean to the bitch sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It sounds crazy, but hey, it is what it is. Of course you ain't gonna treat her like shit, just but you got to do it a little bit. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you know what I mean? Yeah. But anyways, but nah, she should serve you. You know what I'm saying? And if a woman, what's that say? If a woman do that, man, 'cause that's the main thing, man. Don't be worrying about no woman just because she's pretty and all that, man. If that woman is obedient to you, then that's your woman, bro. That's the one you need to be at. That's the one you need to be with, not no damn bitch because she's just pretty and just looks and shit. All right. Sirach 7:26, it says, "Hast thou a wife after thy mind? Forsake her not, but give not thyself over to a light woman." So if you have a woman that's after your mind, she follows your lead. She's under your protection, your guidance. She's submissive to you. She's still a woman, so she's still gonna be a demon. But hey, if she's submissive to you, and you know what I'm saying, and she respects you, that's the first and foremost. Then hey, don't get rid of her. You know, even if she might not even look the best or whatever. But hey, don't get rid of her. If that's what it is, then don't get rid of her. All right, but don't give yourself over to a light woman. That's what Esau want. It's just nothing but just pleasure. Which sometimes you gotta do that. Now living in this world, but originally that's not how it's just supposed to be, man. We supposed to build legacy. We supposed to build a family, a house. You know what I'm saying? Now it says, let me go, let me go here. Uh, let me see. First Timothy 2:15. It says, "Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing, if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety." Right? Let me see real quick. Let me see the different translation. But right, these women gonna be saved through childbearing. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. We going back to that, man. Ain't gonna be none of that. Oh, I'm independent. None of that shit, man. She gonna submit, and she gonna want to have your children. All right, because we gonna have to repopulate when we come back down from those chariots. 1 Timothy 2:15. But women will be preserved, saved through the pain and dangers of the bearing of children if they see. Look, that's why you gotta watch certain translations. 'Cause what the fuck was that? And she shall be saved through the childbearing if they remain in faith and love and sanctification with sobriety. Right. All right. Let me see. It's gonna say the same thing. I'm disappointed in A&P version. But anyway, yeah, that's the point. I wanted to better see what else the translations would say, but that's the point, man. She will be saved through childbearing, man. Because that's where it's supposed to be, man. She's supposed to bear children. You know what I'm saying? And we going back to those times. Matter of fact, one last scripture and then we out of here. You know? And I might make a video on that too. Just being fruitful and multiplying, because that's like one of the first things we're gonna do in the kingdom. I mean, of course, we're gonna lock up these heathen and we're gonna celebrate, you know, the crown ceremony and different things like that. But also, one of the first things after we, you know, establish things is what we're gonna be fruitful and multiplying. Because I made a video about that not too long ago, about how there was like a study pretty much showing how, you know, during major wars, there's always right after major wars there is like hell of male boys being born. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's crazy. Like they said they noticed that like after every major war there's like a influx of male children being born after the war. Why is that? Because the Lord is replenishing the earth. Because especially like world wars and stuff like that, there's millions of people that died. So the Lord gonna have to replenish the earth. So people gonna have to have babies and then refresh. You know what I'm saying? So how much more in the kingdom, where this is gonna be the war that kills more people in existence. You know what I'm saying? The scripture says there's gonna be a slaughter from one end of the earth to the other. So there's gonna be billions of people dying, Israelite and heathen. So what we gonna do when we get to the kingdom? 2/3 of Israel is gonna be destroyed. That's a lot of Israelites, all right? So what was that 666.6% of Israel? That's a lot of fucking Israelites, man. All right. So in the kingdom, we're gonna have to reproduce. All right. And even these nations, these other nations, because we're gonna bound up the kings and nobles. You think that you're gonna just have them and then that's it? No, they gonna have to repopulate too. These animals, okay? Because a lot of animals are gonna die. What was that? Habakkuk 3? He said, was you mad at the rivers? Was you displeased at the rivers? Because it's like it's gonna be so much destruction, even the trees and the birds and certain waters and animals and all kinds of shit gonna be destroyed. Different plants, and so we're gonna have to reproduce, all of us. Know what I'm saying? So hey, Genesis 1:22. And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth, the birds and all that. Okay? This is like one of the first commandments, really. Actually, this might be actually the first commandment. Cause I don't think he said, yeah, don't touch the fruit yet. So yeah. All right. If I'm not mistaken. This is Isaiah 60:22. A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, Yahweh, will hasten in his time, right? We're going to have hella children, bro, and we're going to enjoy each and every one of our children, all right? And a woman going to enjoy it too. You gonna get your one of your wives pregnant like 52 times. You gonna get the other woman pregnant 1,000 times. Who knows? Because who knows how many children we gonna fucking have? It's gonna be a lot because we don't know how many children, how many Israelites there are. Period. Because you gotta think. There's a lot of people on the earth right now. What about the spiritual world? You know what I'm saying? So it's like we don't know the exact number, the number. So we're gonna be having, but the point is, we're gonna be having children like nothing before, man. It's like the scripture says in Job, your children shall be as the blade of grass. Is innumerable as the stars of heaven and the star, the blade, the sand, the grain of sand. You know what I'm saying? That's the promise the Lord has made to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and that's exactly what's gonna happen. Okay. So yeah, man, that's pretty much the point. I'm gonna give all praise and glory to How Bishop Shemel Shah, Bishop Hakadosh, the bounce to the powers of Jim Mesh, Ruel, shown to the faithful men continue doing the work of the Lord. So that I'm gonna say shalom.